Hey, this is your girl Tysheen. How you doing? I know. You probably shocked. You probably thought I forgot all about this show or I didn't want to do it anymore. That's not it. I have two channels. It's two channels I know about. I have this This is my main channel, and I had another channel where I was supposed to react to like movies and long TV shows on the other channel, but it's not easy, especially in my schedule, my time scheduling. Yeah, it's too much for me. It's too much. So I can't even hardly upload a lot of videos on this channel. I tried to upload like 5 videos on this channel. So I don't have time for the other channel. So I'm sorry for the people who had subscribed to the other channel. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the other channel, to be honest. But I'm going to continue with all of 88 Board show on this channel. I'm going to continue with it. I'm just going to leave it on this channel here. So the last one I did was what was the last one? The last one I did was episode 12. That was noises. I have put it on the other channel. So this one I'm about to react to is called The Freaks, and this is episode 13, and we're still on season 1. Okay, I know. Long overdue. I think the last one, that one I think I did was like 2 months ago. I think it's been 2 months. Whoa, I think it's 2 months. Ugh. Well, anyway, let's get straight to it.
Questions for Carl, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there.
Yeah.
The questionnaire that is often featured at the end of the TV programme Inside the Actor's Studio. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Is that how it works?
Oh.
No,
what do you mean? What's the question?
Well, I don't know. Do you hear so many other things that you have to go through other gates? I can't imagine him being on the door, is what I'm saying. If he owns a place, what's he doing there? He could put anyone on it.
It's St. Peter, isn't it, who's normally minding the gates, famously.
Right, so it's him asking me.
Okay, well, let's say it's St. Peter.
No. You go through the gate. Peter goes, "Oh, you're expected. He's got an appointment. We're going through to God. Go through a few doors. Go up top floor. Right, past the executive washroom, into his big office. Okay, that overlooks the universe."
So what?
So you've gone in to see God. It's an audience with God. You've died. You've gone to heaven. And what would you like God to say to you at that point?
Probably just say, you've done well in that in your life. You never did anybody any harm. So, welcome to heaven. Any problems, give us a shout. Here's a little layout of like a little map. It's kind of like.
I love this. This is a great answer. And my favourite one is, "You never did anyone any harm." That's great. That's a brilliant thing for God to say.
Yeah.
So hang on, he's giving you a little map.
So he's giving you a little map of the area. It's big.
He'll sort of say, "This is where you go for this. This is where you go for that." I'd probably ask him about the ghost situation. I'd say, "Am I now a ghost then, or is this just like another planet that I've come onto?"
Right.
I don't know if he'd answer that. I don't know if he'd be sort of a bit
cagey.
Yeah, a little bit like, "Well, I don't want to panic you and stuff." I'd say, "Right, is it right that I can see past family and that?" Because to be honest, I'd probably prefer to stay away.
He doesn't even want to.
No, but because the thing is, if you've done
amazing.
I've done all that in this life, so it's about moving on to another life and meeting different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? It's just like the same all over again, but everywhere's white. I mean, I don't know if it is like
Do you
this.
think God would like this podcast?
Well, I suppose it just kills half an hour, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but time's not a problem for him, is it?
Yeah, it is, because he lives for ages, so he needs loads of filler. I bet he's, doing stuff that is just like, I'm not really into this, but it's something to do, isn't it?
Sudoku and stuff.
But I think there'll be just as many problems up there as there is here, because at least people are leaving here, whereas up there, that's the thing that I'd be worried about the most, actually, that it's really crowded. Because it's years and years of dead people, isn't it? London does me head in. Up there, it's going to be well busier than that.
Oh, God.
What about teenagers, and do you feel that life was better in, say, the 1950s?
I don't know, I wasn't around. So
but you understand what it was like in those days. You've seen happy days.
I don't know. People always say, don't they? Old people always say, it's a better life in the 50s. And it's like, yeah, it was for them. Of course it was for them. They're old now. Being old isn't great, is it? So you're just happy with your lot. I suppose I was happiest in about 1984.
Right.
A specific year.
Why?
It
Why
was
was that?
just I was free and happy. Do you know what I mean?
How old were you?
I don't know.
He's just counting on his fingers now.
12.
Right, okay.
And it was just good.
So the happiest days of your life were between the age of 12 and 13?
Yeah, it was good. I had the world ahead of me.
Little did you know your hair was going to fall out and you were going to whinge every minute of the day.
I had my bike. I like messing about my bike.
mean.
You had your mates. I had a pet magpie.
So you were probably the teenager that you eventually hate.
Probably.
Were you a good lad, law-abiding?
I wasn't bad. I just sort of,
What?
potted about. I mean, when people talk about what was on the telly back then, I don't have that much memory of it because I was always out. I was always playing out.
What were you doing when you were out?
Just playing about, just like on a bike or...
Just riding in a circle endlessly
Tell
through
ya,
blizzards,
I loved it.
rain, sleet,
Loved it.
hail.
When I was a kid, I must have said this 1,000 times. When I was a kid, we had so much fun, especially in the 90s, just being a kid, riding a bicycle with your friends and playing hopscotch and playing double dutch. It was fun. Everybody was outside, especially on the weekend. Oh my God, I couldn't wait for the weekend.
I never seemed to be in. I was always... When everyone always goes, where were you when Band-Aid was happening? I was always out on my bike. And everything was
Like
like...
you and McGregor.
A memory's always sort of like coming in for some orange and looking at the telly and seeing Princess Diana's getting married, and my mum says, have you seen this? And I'm going, oh, I'm going out on my bike. I was always doing that. The only time I was in the house...
This is why you don't know anything, because you never stopped.
Yeah, but this is what being a kid's about.
All
That's what
the
maybe you
information you
should...
have, Carl, is as
Trying
though
to
you
go on
gleaned
my
it as you raced by on a bike. It's almost like, every piece of information you have.
Your hair blowing in the wind. Carl, your hair will blow out one day. Oh, don't talk stupid, ma'am.
was easy. So yeah, 12 to 13 was good.
But you see...
And it was all downhill from then, was it?
13, you're a teenager then, aren't you? Life got tough.
Yeah. How did it get tough?
Just straight away when I was 13, my mum was like, oh, it's your 13th birthday, you're a teenager now.
Right.
And she gave us a quid to go and get a cake to celebrate it. Went to the supermarket, got a cake, and I just thought, I don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of the way the future is here.
On his 13th birthday.
Well, you were buying a cake. What did you see at the supermarket?
It was kind of like, I don't know, I suddenly felt grown up. And I didn't like it.
But I think you were always about 58, really, with your outlook.
Well, yeah, my mum always said I was old. She said I was an old baby. She said I could frown before I could walk. So they always had a bit of a worry look on my face. Didn't say much, just always listened. My eyes moved about more than I did. Just sat there looking around, looking stressed.
My eyes moved about more than I did. Oh dear, couldn't walk. Well, I can't walk, but I'll try and get a bit of movement in my face. It's a workout, a baby workout. Oh, babies, well, if you can't walk, what about your face? Let your face do the walking.
It sounds like that horror film. It sounds like Pilkington's Baby.
Yeah.
Just you lying there in your cot.
I didn't like all the stuff that's set up for you. Like, my mum tried to send me to, like, a nursery. I said, no, I'm not having this.
Just like that.
I said when I'm older and I've got to go, I'll go, but let's leave out this bit. And she said, all right. She was...
I love that he could reason with her. I love him. He's
Yo, Carl, I said this so many times. Carl is one of those people I could sit and just listen to. Like, he doesn't even know that he's funny. The stuff that he say, he just casually just says it, and that's what I like about him. He doesn't even know that he's funny. He's just funny. Yeah.
3 years old with a pipe. She's going, you're going to nursery. She goes, I think not, Mum.
I mean, kids don't play out, do they? Kids, parents are scared to let the kids play out, and that's why the streets are dangerous now, because no one's playing out on the streets. Whereas when I was a kid, everyone was out on the streets. The streets were safer because there was more people knocking about.
Right.
Let the kids play out.
It must be like a...
That's so true. I didn't want to stop the video right there, but he's right, because I remember being a kid, everybody was outside. All the neighbors used to be outside. Even some of the adults used to know each other. And where I grew up, in the neighborhood, everybody knew each other. Everybody knows whose kids and whose parents. Everybody knew. So it was more people on the street, so it wasn't that dangerous, you know. And sometimes, like the neighbors, they'll watch us, you know, while our parents are inside cooking or cleaning or do whatever. There's other parents watching us, so you know, if anything happened, they're there. But yeah, it's not like that anymore. I don't see a lot of kids on the street playing no more. So, but we all know why.
Constant like a Larry painting is front garden. Do you know what I mean? Just loads of people just
there was
walking
never
around.
any problems. I was sort of taken away by some fella.
What? Hang on a minute.
No, I was playing about in the garden.
Yeah.
But my dad's mate Tony,
Yeah.
he did tiling with him. He drove past, and he saw me looking a bit fed up, so he just leant over, picked me up, took me to the pub. Now the thing is, there wasn't panic. People weren't going, "Oh God, where's Carl gone?"
He's out.
Just.
How old were you?
He's taking the pub. He's 4 years old, yeah. But he's only having a...
He's down the pub with Tony, probably playing darts.
I was about 3 or 4.
Sorry, so some bloke drives by who happens to be a friend of your dad's, thinks that baby looks grumpy.
Yeah.
I'm taking him down to
But
the pub.
that's what it was
Tony,
like.
you bringing a baby to the pub? Yeah, I might do. Yeah, we're bringing ours. All right, see you later, mate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Whereas now they go, the baby's gone. There's a big full-on panic going
Yeah,
on.
but I think it says more about your parents that they didn't
Wait,
do that. They looked out the
wait.
back car and you were gone. Some bloke's driving off in a van. They're just going, oh, well,
We rode down the pub.
doesn't Princess Diana look lovely? This is a...
Carl don't see something wrong here. That's a little weird.
absurd. So what happened when you got down the pub?
I just was there for a bit, and then then
For a bit, just had a game of pool.
my dad came in. It was like, oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are! I love that! Where's my baby? I'm just going to have a quick pint. Oh, there you are. All right, mate.
So, yeah, I think things were better back then.
Well, it's that time again.
It's Carl's diary.
Oh, what's he written today?
Carl's diary.
Told Suzanne that I had read that we will have spoken to aliens by the year 2025. Ricky once told me that if a lion could speak English, it still couldn't have a good chat with us because its life is different to ours. If that's true, we've got no chance with an alien. I'd be worried that an alien could read my mind. I had that problem once years ago, when I worked in a studio making cassettes. Some mind-reading woman was having some cassettes made. She waited while I did them. She had a small dog. I knew she was trying to read my mind, so I just thought about the dog. I thought that would confuse her, because she wouldn't understand why I was thinking about her dog.
That's amazing.
So, firstly, how did you know she was a mind-reading woman?
Everybody who came in having cassettes done, you'd find out about what the job is. So, you know, if it's a band or whatever, it might be a police station needing blank cassettes to interview people.
Yeah.
And she had them to sort of use during a thing where they do mind reading and stuff. So
Right.
you get
A recording,
of
the...
it.
Yeah.
And she was just there and she was staring at me, like that, just looking over. And a dog was sort of looking worried, and they pick up vibes, don't they?
No.
They do.
And why was...
Were they looking... I'm not being funny. Were they looking at the roundness of your head, do you
They
think?
were just looking at me, and I was sort of panicking a bit. And the more that I was thinking she's reading my mind, I was thinking she knows that I know that she's reading my mind. So I just stopped thinking about her reading my mind, thought about the dog
What were you thinking about the dog?
running about on the beach.
He remembers what he was thinking.
No, just so she thought, oh, hang on a minute, it's not his mind, it's the dog's mind I'm picking up.
Oh, so you thought she'd go, oh, no, I'm getting all tangled.
What in the
I've got a
world?
cross line here.
I met up with my mate Laurie. He said he was in a pub at the weekend and saw a bloke whose hands were on the wrong arms.
No! What do you mean?
Well, he had his left hand on his right arm and the right hand on the left arm. I don't think this would be a problem if he's been like that from an early age. When I was in Ripley's in LA, I saw a bloke whose head was on back to front.
That's more annoying, isn't it, than your hands? Isn't it?
Now then, would you walk? How would you walk? Would you be walking backwards,
world?
Carl, so that you could walk? So you're basically walking forwards.
I
Or-
reckon I'd
or
walk
would-
sideways so nobody would sort of tell the difference. It just looked like...
Oh, God! He solved it again!
He's thought it through. Ah. Got home and read the magazine. There was a story about a baby that was born that looked like a frog. What magazine's this?
that made the news. That was in a proper newspaper in the end.
It didn't really have a neck or top half of its head. It would look all right if it always wore a scarf and a hat. The world would be a more interesting place if there were loads of different types of humans like there are creatures. Then some people would be good at certain jobs. Spider people, ant people, builders, cockroach people, dustbin men.
Good idea, isn't it?
I mean, I mean,
Cockroach men, Spider-Man, what are you talking about?
Look at some insects, right?
Yeah.
They don't have machinery, yet they're getting by, aren't they? They have their lives like we do. They get up, they wander about, they collect food, they tidy up, they fix stuff, they make their own house. We can't do any of that. So what I'm saying is, why aren't we using them?
You're going to be harnessed.
I just told you, dustbin men. Or whatever that
No,
what
you
mean?
said that if they were also men, if they were cockroach men, we
where's
could use
the?
them.
You've left a big bit out, but when that 1-inch cockroach becomes a 6-foot bloke wearing a jacket,
It's just that we always use insects for like a bit of fun. You see flea circuses and all that, which is all very well, but I don't think it's getting the most out of them.
Woke up at 9:55 a.m. Soon as I woke up, I looked at Suzanne and she looked at me. I said, "Did I tell you about the immune system?" Suzanne started laughing. I said, "It's amazing."
Who just comes out of nowhere and just talk about some random stuff while the person just woke up out of their sleep? Like, who does that? Well, Cara. Cara.
She said, "Not now." Springing into action, he zips up, his eyes are like...
Poor Susan.
Did I tell you about the immune system? Oh, shut up, Carl. Put the kettle on.
oh God! Oh fucking hell! Carl, let's give him a list. Top 5 something. What are you interested in? Are you interested in news, sport, TV, cars, movies, style?
I mean, I'm into weird stuff, but it seems a bit tight to stick them in a list.
What, like what?
Well, like, sort of freaky people and that. I've got that freak book. But I don't know if they'd be happy if I called one of them up and said, "Good news, you're at number 1 because you've got 4 legs or whatever." I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, then this is the Carl Pilkington top 5 freaks in at number 5.
Probably something not too good at number 5, but it's still interesting. Lighthouse Man.
Who's that?
Lighthouse Man.
What's Lighthouse Man?
It's a fellow with a hole in his head. And he, what he does, rather than moan about it, sticks a candle in it.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
Sticks a candle
What are
in
you
it.
talking about? Where is the hole?
I bet he didn't call himself Lighthouse Man, did he?
Well, I don't know. It's just what he got nicknamed because he had this hole. Doctors were like, "There's nothing we can do. Can't fill it." Thought, what can I do with it? And it was of the days when there was no electric and that. You had to walk about with a candle. So hang on a minute.
I can have both
Got a
hands
little
for
candle
you.
holder here. Stuck a candle in it. He just got nicknamed the Lighthouse Man. So again, it's not that amazing, but I like the way he was sort of energy efficient.
So was it his forehead?
No, on the very top of his head.
That's perfect. You don't want it in the forehead, Steve. You'd have to walk back with
That'd
your
be
neck
ridiculous.
cricked.
So he was like a kind of human jack-o'-lantern.
He's a Lighthouse Man. What, Steve, what
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I
better
forgot
description
about
do you
that.
need than the Lighthouse Man?
So yeah, he's probably at number 5.
Wow, that's at number 5, Steve.
Number 4.
What about Pig-Faced Woman of Manchester Square?
Again, you're getting what it says in the tin there, aren't you?
Right.
And it's just this woman who had a face like a pig. And the rumour was
Yeah.
that it wasn't a woman. Someone said it was a pet bear and they'd shaved it. That's what that's what
Was
I've
this
heard
someone?
since.
Was this someone you saw? Or
No,
did you
no,
just read about
this is going back.
This is years ago.
This is years and years ago.
Yeah.
When there was loads of like weird looking people. I mean, the fact that it's Pig-Faced Woman of Manchester Square
Yeah.
says that there might have been one in.
Carl really loved these type of stories. I know he carries around this freak books. I don't know if y'all remember. There was a episode where he talks about that he not on this show, it was another show. But he talks about he walks around with those freak books. He loved those.
Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah, whatever.
Only
So
Carl.
there was a lot more of them knocking about back then.
Let's assume that it was a woman, and the first one, the Lighthouse fellow, he's a human. Do you think people would object because of their disfigurement, deformity, a bit like being called freaks? Do you think?
Well, it gave them a purpose back then. See, if you were a freak years ago, it was work for you. You'd have these circus things. Now, if you've got a funny head, you're on the dole.
Number 3?
What about Elephant Man?
Right.
Stick him at number 3. He's
Number 3.
He's surely the most famous freak ever to have lived, isn't he?
he's the one who got me into it.
Right. Yeah, sure. He's sort of entry-level freak.
Yeah.
A gateway freak.
Everyone is aware of him.
If the Elephant Man still existed, right, and you got the opportunity to meet him, and you walked in, a couple of questions. One, what would your first reaction be? And two, what would you say to him? What would your first question be?
How would I react? Well, I've sort of seen him enough now that it wouldn't shock me. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think I'd flinch.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, when I first saw you, that was a bit weird. But now, look, I can look at you. I don't double take or anything. What would I say to him, though? I'd probably say, where do you get that hat to fit you? He always had that on. Where do you get that from?
That sort of flat cap that he's got.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the stuff that Carl comes up with. That's what you're gonna ask him? Where did you get that hat from? What?
Yeah, that one, didn't he? So yeah, I'd have him. So he's at number 3.
Right.
Oh my God.
Elephant Man number 3. I can't wait for 2 and 1. Right, okay, number
Well, I know
2.
what my number 1 is. It's just number 2 now. I don't know his name, but there's a fella knocking about. Well, I don't think he's around anymore. But he had like a normal body. Looking at him, you'd go, "What's up with him? He's not a freak." Takes his undies off. Got 2 knobs.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, there's nowhere to start. Do you
I
think
don't know.
he uses them alternately, like have a wee out of this one, have a wee out of that one, or does he just like spread the load so he's weeing out of both?
I don't think he knows.
What do you
I
mean
think it's
doesn't
sort of
know?
like a lucky dip. When he goes to a urinal,
Yeah.
he can have a little bet with himself. He's just like, I don't know what's going to happen here.
So do you reckon he holds them
Holds
both
them
out?
out, definitely.
So he takes his trousers down because I mean, you know,
Yeah, you can't use a Y front.
right?
It'd be,
Need more like a W front.
Yeah. So he pops his pecs down there.
I don't think it's that much of a problem. It's not like...
Wow. I don't know.
I'd prefer that than Elephant Man's head.
Well, of course you would.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What if you had Elephant Man's knob?
Yeah, but it didn't work like that, did it? That's the thing. They said he had the body of an elephant. Well, that's the only thing that wasn't of an elephant standard. His knob was normal. Whereas with this fella, it's the other way around. Everything normal. Took the pants off. Oh, well, what's going on here?
But why would you ever take his pants off?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if...
But why? I don't know why you'd be in a situation with this man with 2 knobs standing
Why?
there with his pants on, and you go pop your pants off. You're not a doctor.
No, I say if I'm waiting in a cubicle and he's there.
For what?
Sorry, you're waiting in the queue when he comes in.
I'm waiting to have a wee at a cubicle.
Oh,
He's
in the
taking 2
toilet.
urinals up and going,
Right.
hang on, you don't need them both, do you? He goes, well, actually,
Oh, and
have
then
a look at this.
right.
He's got 2 knobs.
See, I didn't see him at 2 urinals. I saw him at 1, maybe them pointing inwards.
If you had that, and say the first time that you met Suzanne, would you mention that straight up?
Would you say, right, before this goes any further, I've got something to show you?
Well, let's see. Tell me exactly what you would say.
You had normal head then, didn't you?
I had the same head, yeah.
Yeah, but it had like hair coming out of it, didn't it? And sort
Yeah,
of like,
yeah, but she also had a smaller arse back then as well, so I think we've both been dumb.
Anyway, we need to get to number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Okay, it
It's,
is.
Where's
it's
number
Pillow
1?
Man.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah.
No, man. Okay, now explain for those that don't know who he was.
He's a fella with no arms and legs, just a head and a little body. Nickname.
I know someone like that. I don't know if they call him Pillow Man, but there's a black guy who he has no arm and no legs, but I forgot what he does. Yeah, he plays some type of sports. I might get him mixed with somebody else. No, yeah, it's someone like that though.
Name Pillow Man.
Well, why is he your favourite?
Just because he's amazing. Just the way he just got on with his life. He used to light a cig, just using his lips and his tongue and that.
Oh, I've
And
seen
not
this.
not fully lit. He'd buy like Roll Your Own.
Yeah, it's in the film Freaks, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he
He had a
rolls
shave
it.
as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How did he
Do you
have a
think
shave?
he used to do it? He used to get it in his mouth, and I don't know.
Jesus.
It's amazing. Did he have a knob?
I think he did because he had some kids.
What?
Yeah, he had kids. He was an all right looking fella. He wasn't odd looking. It's just that
Sorry?
he looked like Samuel L. Jackson. Imagine him with no arms and legs.
Right. That's odd, though, isn't it? Really?
It's weird, but you've got to give it to him. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same person. It's probably, I think it's the same guy. I'm not sure. It might be somebody else. Sorry.
I mean, he's there rolling his own. He's pretty cool looking.
I just want to say to people, it's no. You say it looks cool, to, with no arms and no legs to smoke, but don't forget that smoking can stunt your growth.
Yeah. But yeah, remember he was on like this circus freak show thing with like a bearded woman.
Yeah.
Right. Which isn't really a freak, is it? She could have a shave. Have a shave, you're not a freak anymore.
Yeah.
A bearded woman. Compared to a fella who's got no arms and legs, a bearded woman, get out.
That's so true. That's so true.
But there was like...
That's so true. I mean, she could just shave.
Like a fella with no bottom half to his body, called Johnny Eck, was his name. So, you know, when you're knocking about with that crowd... You're going to get a bit. You're going to get a bit. So, yeah, he had kids and they were all normal kids. They had all the limbs.
Did his
and
wife
everything.
had arms and legs?
Never saw his wife.
Never saw his wife.
I think
He was probably ashamed of her. She was a bit of a freak.
For someone like him, you'd think he'd just give up, wouldn't you? You think, forget it. What sort of life is it?
Yeah.
I'm like a Mexican jumping bean. It's not worth living. But he just got on with it. I mean, to have a shave, I don't even bother having a shave some days.
No. Nor did the bearded lady. Lazy fucking bitch.
So that's why I've put him at my number one position. It's just amazing, isn't it? The human, you know, how you know, whatever you dealt, some people just get on with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pillow man,
Pillow
or draft
man.
excluder, as I prefer to call him.
There you go. Oh.
Pillow man.
Now, me and Steve are a couple of big shots. We do this for a laugh, but this is Carl Pilkington's only source of income. This is what you do now, isn't it?
This is my full-time job, yeah.
What do you think of that? Is
It
this
depresses me.
Why?
This isn't what I ever wanted. Because I haven't got a purpose, have I? I'm sat here talking about the pillow man. If it weren't for him, I'd have nothing to say. It just depresses me. That I just wish I had a job where I felt like I was needed.
I'm sorry, poor Carl, but that's the most. I kind of understand what he's saying in a way, but this is a fun job. Who wouldn't want this type of job? Okay, you just sit there and just tell your story, and you get paid good. And he's an actor too, because I think he did a couple of shows with Ricky. I think he did a TV show. So, oh come on, Carl. Carl is making money. He has the greatest job. The greatest job.
And I don't feel needed. It's not a proper job.
We need you.
Yes, it is.
We need you for money
We
for all
need
room.
you.
I know, but this isn't. I wanted something that, you know, when you die and that, it's, you know, you get up to the gates, whatever, and they say, "What have you done?" And then I'm looking worried, thinking, "Is the pillow man about?"
Oh, Carl said that. Well, we need him. If it wasn't for Carl, we wouldn't be laughing right now. We're having a good time. I'm telling you, when you're having a bad day, watch one of Carl's videos. Okay, Carl makes everyone laugh. Carl, I don't know if you're watching this, but you're making us happy. Okay, you're important to us. Okay, we are your fans. We love you, and because of you, we just be laughing. Okay. You know, life is so short and rough right now, okay? We're going through something, okay? We're all going through something, but you make it better for us, okay? So, yeah. Oh, man. I know this is old, you know, but... Oh, Carl. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss reacting to this show. I haven't reacted to the show in such a long time. I know, so please don't be upset with me. From now on, I will continue to react to this show. So make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm going to do episode 14. Wait, do we even have episode 14? Oh no. So I'm going to be doing season 2, episode 1. I have it written down, y'all. Yeah, I have it written down, okay? I got it written down. Sorry. But yeah, so as you see, I have everything written down, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. So go down there and subscribe, and if there's any other videos you'd like me to react to, comment below and let your girl know. And take care of yourself, and look at the last video that I react to. Check it out right here, and I'll see you later. Peace.